Despite the damaging allegations that have been made against him, Rob Warne is a 90-day fiancé. Is it possible for him to return from his feud with Jasmine Pineda? My opinion is that his reputation will never be able to recover. I do not believe that 90-day fiancé alum following the conflict that Rob Warne had with Jasmine Pineda in Last Resort, his reputation or perception inside the franchise has the potential to make a comeback. The first time Rob featured on 90-day fiancé was during the 10th season, when his then-fiancée Sophie Sierra relocated from England to Los Angeles in order to marry Rob because she was in possession of a K-1 visa. Rob and Sophie had a lot of disagreements, and their communication was horrible, which resulted in a lot of arguments between them. Nevertheless, in spite of the difficulties they faced, they decided to get married and proceed to relocate to Austin, Texas. But shortly after they got married, Sophie left, and the two of them made an appearance in the 8th season of HEA. Aside from the fact that Rob and Sophie were living apart, not having sexual relations, and failing to retain a fundamental knowledge of one another's requirements, they were also afflicted by the fact that Sophie was unable to let go of Rob's emotional adultery in the past. Following their failure to reconcile, the two individuals joined the cast of the second season of 90 Day, The Last Resort. Following his participation in solo and couples therapy, Rob recommitted himself to Sophie. Nonetheless, Sophie expressed a desire to end their relationship. Despite the fact that they did get back together and began having sexual encounters after the dissolution of their relationship at Last Resort, they arrived at the tell-all on dubious terms, which I observed were made worse by accusations. The relationship between Rob and Jasmine was strained during the second season of The Last Resort, when Jasmine was attempting to salvage her marriage to Gino Palazzolo, which had ended in divorce. Rob was not happy with Jasmine disrespecting Gino, and he spoke up about Jasmine's conduct and goals, which caused Jasmine to become angry and resentful. Jasmine desired an open relationship with Gino, which Gino ultimately agreed to. Jasmine wanted Gino to be her partner. During the episode of Come to the Last Resort Tell-All, Jasmine revealed that she was pregnant with the man, Matt Brannies, with whom she had been in an open relationship. Despite the fact that Jasmine was still married to Gino, Rob took a great deal of objection to the fact that she was gloating about her pregnancy. 90 Days. The manner in which Jasmine's fiancé, dealt with her infractions prompted Rob to express his concern on the uncomfortable nature of her acts. As a response, Jasmine made an attempt to put Rob down. On the other hand, Rob returned to Jasmine with a full force of insulting force. "You are a cheating wife." Rob stated this prior to Jasmine referring to him as a clown. Upon hearing this, Rob responded by saying, "Yeah, and you're a pregnant W********. During the confrontation, Jasmine became upset, as she often does when someone is fighting against her, and she hurled her shoe at Rob. This is something that she does every time. As a result of the tension that Jasmine and Rob were experiencing with one another, things escalated another time between the two of them, and Jasmine flung her other shoe at Rob. Despite the fact that Rob's position on Jasmine being a cheater, manipulator, and user was quite clear, Jasmine had her own set of allegations and findings about Rob that I found to be just as scandalous as his words, which were directed toward her. In addition, I believe that Rob's reputation was damaged more than Jasmine's as a result of the entire conversation. In the course of their fight at Last Resort, Jasmine leveled claims against Rob that were related to the manner in which Rob had previously made money. I have no doubt that Jasmine arrived at the tell-all event prepared to provide the incriminating evidence that she has regarding Rob. It was reported to Jasmine that she had discovered a photograph of Rob on a gay website. In the picture, Rob is seen leaning over completely naked and spreading his buttocks with his hands. Jasmine said that Rob was involved in gay pornography. Despite the fact that Rob did not dispute the existence of the photograph, he did state that he had previously taken photographs for which homosexual guys would pay him. The next thing that happened was that Sophie went after Rob and reaffirmed the allegation that Rob had a history of engaging in homoerotically charged behavior. He asked Rob to perform fellatio on him for a fee of $500, according to Sophie, who stated that she spotted a text message on Rob's phone from the man. In spite of the fact that Rob admitted receiving the text, he stated that a random stranger had offered him $5,000 rather than $500, and that the individual in question intended to perform a spell over him. After listening to the tell-all, it is abundantly evident to me that Rob has a wealth of experience in the adult sector, with homosexual men constituting his target audience. Throughout the course of the allegations, I overheard Rob asserting that he was perfectly heterosexual and did not identify as gay. In spite of the fact that it is the year 2025, I am of the opinion that Rob is free to generate money through any means he chooses, and I do not believe that this should have any detrimental impact on the clientele that he has chosen to serve. The manner in which Rob responded to everything is the thing that I find problematic. He did provide an explanation for the charges, and he was honest about the events that led to his image and actions in the adult sphere being made public. Despite the fact that Rob had the option of being humiliated and denying the facts, he made an effort to provide context. Given the decisions he has made about his line of work, I believe that Rob will always be associated with a negative connotation. Additionally, Rob verbally assaulted a woman who was pregnant. However, Rob is the one who provoked Jasmine's hatred and fury, and I am aware of the fact that Jasmine drives Rob up the wall. I believe that his adult entertainment history, and possibly even his present experiences, are coming back to haunt him, but I believe that his practice of telling everything is much more unsettling. Although Rob defended Binyam Shabir despite the fact that he admitted to cheating, he was critical of Jasmine for the circumstances in which she found herself. In addition to the fact that Rob allegedly cheated on Sophie emotionally, I believe that he is hypocritical because he also took advantage of her. I do not believe that fans of 90 Day Fiancé will ever view Rob in the same light again or ever again. I am certain that I will not. Rob will be participating in the 90 Day Fiancé franchise once more, regardless of whether or not his reputation is irreparably damaged. The month of October 2024 saw Rob film a new spin-off that is now being referred to as 90 Day House. Filming for the most recent tell-all took place in January 2025, before Rob's quarrel and the disclosure of personal information. Regardless of what transpired at the tell-all, I do not believe that Rob will be well received by the audience of the new spin-off, but he is not finished with the network. I believe that after his next appearance, Rob will be able to concentrate on highlighting his great qualities and making an effort to distance himself from his risque and unfavorable reputation.